Go.
So we have Naiad Cup with the number one of the entire world, and UK also included. Leonardo is here to discuss this meta with us. It's a pleasure to everyone in the channel to bring you here, not just for the status of number one from last year, but probably number one this year, probably.
Well, who knows? Yeah, let's wait a bit.
So, what are the ideas for Naiad Cup since you work for the self content and creator of the meta? What is the idea on Naiad Cup?
Yeah, so very few quick words to start with. We wanted to recreate what we did with Glacial last year in December. So very neutral meta with a lot of interesting Pokemon. But we wanted to make other types shine a little bit. For example, Psychics were really held down in Glacial because of Malama and Draven, especially Malama, was very frequent. So the Psychic types didn't see much space, much room. So for this particular meta, we decided to ban Dark types. Also Fairy types is almost always a ban. We decided to let's say to keep the bug types in order to counterbalance the presence of psychics, and also we introduced three bulky normal, so Grident, Miltank, and Snorlax in order to neutralize the meta a little bit. So in this way, the meta has a very neutral shape. There are bulky Pokemon, there are glassy Pokemon. Psychics finally have some play, and so I hope you guys will be enjoying this meta February.
Yeah, and seems like a more open meta, even with the buns and alone types. Seems like a more open meta to build a team, not just like 3 and 4 top meta picks, and you have to build like a team restricted to that. So yeah, it seems kind of more fun. That was like Amber with the Charizard everywhere, like for example.
Yeah.
But yeah, seems a good idea that psychics are coming more, more because we didn't see like psychics in the a few cups match before. So we decided to start with the dragon types because we kind of love dragons. So
Who
we picked like
doesn't?
the four best probably. So what do you think about these four over there? I know that there are differences on the matches, but
Yeah, definitely. So I'd say that Altaria is gonna be the most important dragon. So from practice tournaments on the internet, you might already have seen that Altaria is probably the most frequent Pokemon among
yeah,
all the possible Pokemon you can use in Naiad. And this is not something new, something unusual. Altaria is very bulky, has a
yeah,
steady passing pressure, it's a decent charge move, and opening blast hits really hard. So yeah, Altaria is gonna be the pick to it's gonna be the Pokemon to kill because it's very strong. Also, Dragonite, Dragonair, and Como has some peculiarities. They are nice. They provide some different coverage. For example, Dragonite and Como might play a similar role since both of them have Dragon Claw and a strong fighting move. But they are forced to go away after they hit because they're gonna self debuff themselves.
yeah,
It depends, either 1 or 2 stages. And Dragonair is something in the middle. Is the quickest one. Actually, is as quick as Dragonite and Como, but is also kind of flexible because of Aqua Tail and Body Slam. But I I really think Altaria and probably Como are gonna be the most common ones. Actually,
yeah,
Hakamo, so the little brother of Como is also quite frequent. But I
yeah,
personally prefer Como because close combat is a much better move than
yeah,
Big
yeah.
Rig.
We have the next group that you were talking, the little dragons.
Yeah.
We have another dragons that fill the role, not the role that Altaria does, but you still have like Godra, Dragalge, and Kindra that had been around at a few metas. Do you think any of those are like such as important as Altaria? I know that Altaria is the best one, but you have like a Dragalge that is poison also. You have Kindra that could run also Blizzard if you are going wild, for example, or even
Or Hydro
Outrage, because
Pump.
is Hydro Pump also. Um,
Yeah, I'd say each of these six dragons, of course, are uh, just below the first four. But for example, Hakamo is like Komo, just a little bit bulkier, but it hits uh, less stronger. But yeah, it might be an option for sure if you are well covered against confusion users.
yeah,
Also, Gudra is nice because they can have access to Draco Meteor if you want to run a uh, unusual moveset. But the problem with Gudra is that it gets rolled by Altaria. Uh, so mm, not really great, but Drodigon is a nice Pokemon to use because it has access to Dragonflaw and also Nice Slash. The Nice Slash is a very nice coverage move for this meta because as we will see, there are quite a lot of psychics and
yeah,
also ghosts. So Nice Slash might feel very nice niche. Dragalge is always nice. The fact that is able to resist the bullet seed from Greedent, not only because it's a dragon, but also because it's a poison type,
yeah,
makes it a probably better counter for Greedent than other dragons. But yeah, Dragalge, the same problem that Gudra has is slow to reach a move that can hurt Altaria. So
yeah,
seven
and
Dragon
you get
Tails
the
for
problem with
average.
the psychic types also because you are
Yeah,
poisonous.
and also if you face Bronzong or Hypno, you're gonna be in a very bad spot. So yeah, this is something to consider, of course. Also Flygon. I'm not sure about Flygon because uh, the presence of Warray is gonna hold Flygon back quite a
Yeah,
lot. But Kindra can be nice. It's very neutral. The only Kindra counters are basically other dragons. Uh,
yeah,
so it might be a viable option. We will have to see how the meta will develop over the weeks, over the days. But
yeah. Over
yeah,
the practice also.
yeah, definitely.
Now you had the natural counters of the dragons here, since the ban of the charm users. We have the ice with the water ice. The probably people will run more wall rain because they had been using wall rain a long time. But you think that is room like for a Lapras to come out again, or even a Dugong for the debuffs?
Well, yeah, I would say that every ice might see some play. It also will depend on how many Jellicents we will see because all these ices, but Warray, have a very bad matchup against it. So
Yeah.
if you're gonna see more and more Jellicents, I'm afraid Warray will be the only viable ice. But yeah, the debuff from Dugong uh, can really save the games. Can really save your game. The Staminas with Body Slam might be nice for Celio, and Skull Bash for Lapras also might come clutch in certain situations.
Yeah, yeah. In the next group, we have like the psychics that we are talking before. The old Hypno seems to be back on this meta finally, because Hypno is such a fun mon to use with all the different punches that you could run. Also, there is Mew and Bronzong that you said before. What do you think about the psychics here? They have a special role and the important role on this meta.
Yeah,
So
the psychics are very neutral across the board. Even against bugs that we will see. They have play. But yeah, for example, new is a complete. I mean, it has so many moves that can run. According to PVPoke, and also I agree with them. Dragon Claw and Wild Charge seem to be the move set to be prepared. The Dragon Claw, of course, for the dragons, and Wild Charge for all the rest, basically. Just Wild Charge is the best move for Mew in terms of damage per energy. If I go well, just because it's able to stack back to back Wild Charge and output a very very strong damage even against the Pokemon to resist electric moves. Deoxys is a nice role because it's probably the hardest ice counter. It's also one of the very few counter users. It has access to Rock Slide, Thunderbolt, Psycho Boost, very wide coverage, as well as Hypno. Hypno can be a really, really nice pick, even if I think that Mew is gonna be way more present than Hypno, but Hypno has access to all the types of punches you can think of. So you can use Hypno as a jolly in order to plug a particular gap, particular leak in your team. So Thunder Punch for the Water Ices or Ice Punch for the dragons, Fire Punch for the bugs. So it's always surprise. Lugia is also nice because it is able to counter dragons quite heavily. It's also very bulky, so it's able to tank every move, even from Wall Rain or from Mew. So might be nice, nice bulky addition to the meta as well as Bronzong. Bronzong is very good in my opinion. It's able to resist Dragon Breath. So one of the very few Pokemon that are able to resist Dragon Breath. Confusion deals nice damage to everyone, but Psychics. But we have Payback Psychics. So if you give Bronzong energy, it's going to be very very scary.
Yeah. We also put the spices on the psychics, the little Victini and the Jirachi and the Alolan Raichu. Probably not the most that we will see around the meta. What do you think? There is room for like a Jirachi to go?
Yeah,
Or
Jirachi
just
probably. Yeah, probably Jirachi. We were gonna see some Jirachi usage because, for example, Jirachi, I think, has a better matchup against Altaria just because Doom Desire is way better side shot. And, so probably, I mean, there are some advantages in using Jirachi. Also, it's able to hit Mew for neutral. Is able to hit other psychics for neutral quicker than Bronzong would take to reach payback. So yeah, but I don't think Victini and Alolan Raichu will have any usage just because the only I mean Alolan Raichu is always strong, but they are I mean Alolan Raichu is slow, the 4-turn fast move. So I don't really think we will see any Victini or Alolan Raichu, but yeah, Jirachi has a nice set.
yeah, probably because I was going to say that Lugia probably is not going to appear that much on many teams because not that easy to get a Lugia for Great League. At least I don't have one, so it's not the easy ones to get. We have the next group if the PowerPointing works. Okay, it come back. So is the normal types now? We have like the Miltank and the Snorlax and Greedent. We already talked the Greedent moments before. Do you think that like Miltank and Greedent probably will come also? Because Miltank have access to Ice Beam also. So
Yeah, you have access to Ice Beam or Thunderbolt according to your preferred coverage. Miltank and Gradient are, in my opinion, uh, more functional than Snorlax, but all these three Pokemon have been put here just for this specific reason. Then they have to add neutrality in the meta. And Gradient can run either Bullet Seed or Tackle. Miltank can run either Tackle or Roll Out with different shot moves. Mhm. And the superpower from Snorlax, especially the Shadow one, they're really
Yeah,
threatening for the other fellow normals and also for the ice types. But so yeah, each of these three multi normals has its role, and I'm confident we will see many of them. Either Ice Beam for the dragons or Thunderbolt for the waters. Uh,
yeah,
Sun. Yeah, we will see many of them.
yeah. In the next group, we have now the bugs. We have the counter bugs, the electric bugs, and the steel bugs. I know you like Caesar, but there is any other bug that you feel like that is going to show up more,
Well,
like
yeah,
Galvantula, probably, because people like to run
exactly.
Galvantula.
Yeah, especially now that the new shadow is going to be available.
Yeah,
I don't know how many people will actually run this shadow Galvantula because Galvantula is already very glassy.
yeah,
So, like, the shadow Galvantula is going to die after 5 Dragon Breaths from Ontario.
yeah,
Uh, but yeah, for example, Galvantula, I expect people to run it quite often, as well as Chargeable. The main reason is that they have wide coverage. They are good against the water types. They are good against the psychic types. And they also resist the bullet seed from Griden. So
yeah,
they definitely feel a special role in this meta. Unfortunately, the dragons are quite strong against them. So yeah, this is something to be aware of. Other bugs, for example, we have some steel bugs, so Escavalier, Wormadam, and Caesar, but also Genesect. They are able to resist Dragon Breaths, but Escavalier, I mean, basically, Escavalier and Wormadam are going to have very tough matchup against Altaria because Altaria resists Bug Bite and resists also Counter. Also, Altaria resists the bug moves, so Mega Horn, Bug Buzz, but also Jira. So
yeah,
basically, Escavalier is walled. But Genesect, for example, has access to a neutral nuke, a normal Technoblast, which can hit Altaria for a nice chunk of damage. And Caesar, especially a Shadow one, might be nice with Ice Lash and Iron Pad to maximize the coverage against the Psychics. And Jellison, as we will see in a bit, and hit for strong neutral damage Altaria and the other normal.
yeah. Like you said, Jellison is on the last group. We were not the last one, but with the flying waters also. So Jelly is like the top meta there. Do you see room for like a Mountain or a Gyarados, for example?
Well, so as you said, Jellison is going to be
Yeah,
the most prominent water out there, just for uh, the ability to resist counter from Buzzwole, Escavalier, and Deoxys. Also beat all three quite strongly, quite consistently. And also is good against the Isis. It has coverage against Altaria, against the other dragons if you want to give it Ice Beam. The only problem are the normals. So if you're gonna run Jellison, you're gonna be aware that people will have also one or two or even three normals. So just be
yeah,
aware of that. But yeah, Mantine, I don't think it's gonna be much used just because it has no strong passive move pressure like Gyarados, for example. Uh,
yeah,
I know it has access to Ice Beam. It is also quite quick, so 8 wing attacks. So Altaria is gonna lose to Mantine all shield scenarios. But yeah, the presence of Galvantula uh, might pull Mantine back a little bit. Same Same thing can be applied to Pelipper and to Gyarados, of course, because Galvantula and Charjabug with strong
Yeah.
counters to them. But Pelipper with Hurricane is going to provide a very strong stab nuke that Mantine doesn't have. And Gyarados has the ability to melt down the other dragons while taking just neutral from the dragon damage.
On the last group, we have the Madboys that we reserved for the last. They are kind of neutral on this meta. What do you think about the Madboys? They will probably appear. So
Yeah, definitely. So I'm excluding Swampert from the most used Madboys. Someone will use it, but yeah, the fact that Swampert doesn't have strong coverage against Altaria is gonna put it just below the fellow Madboys, Whiscash and Quagsire, because Whiscash can go straight Blizzard against Altaria and win the 0 shield and in 1 shield. No need to bait for Whiscash. And also Quagsire has access to Stone Edge. So one Stone Edge is not going to be enough. We already know because Altaria is very bulky, and Stone Edge is not stab. But Quagsire will be still able to win the 0 shield against Altaria. Plus, if we are predicting Mew to run Dragon Claw and Wild Charge, the Madboys are gonna stop Mew from just from just going off, because Mew is gonna be forced to throw Dragon Claw, which is non-stab of course. So it's gonna be a nice soft counter to Mew. It's not really hard counter, but yeah, it's a nice counter. Also, the Madboys are gonna stop Deoxys, because of course, if Deoxys wants to hurt the Madboys, it has to debuff itself twice with the attack.
so yeah,
they are nice. They are strong against the bugs. They are neutral against many things. The only problem is that Bullet's ingredient is gonna deal a lot of damage to them. So yeah, there's something to consider, but definitely we will be seeing a lot of Whiscaches and a lot of dives.
yeah, it seems a good plan. So about Naiad, I think you bring all the meta that was possible to bring. Probably people will find like a wild card somewhere in the top whatever, because people normally like to spice things up. I want to say, Leonardo, thanks a lot for being here on the Naiad Cup Guile meta that we wanted to make for Sylph. Leo, you have now room for telling something that you want to share about your project, if you feel that. And also to end the video, is courtesy of the channel. Someone that is invited is the one to end the video. So the mic is for you.
Yeah, thanks guys for inviting me. It's been nice to have this chat about this cup. I hope new players will enjoy it. I just wanted to remind that I am a coach on gobattlelog.com. So just go on gobattlelog.com/coaching if you want to have a look at what I can offer. There are also many other strong battlers besides me, so you don't have to choose me. But yeah, for any other questions, you can DM me on Twitter, on Discord, and so yeah, thanks for the chat. It's been nice. Bye bye everyone.